This is Jill Russo Foster, and in this week's edition of my newsletter, I want to talk to you about advocating for yourself. I'm honestly not sure how I started doing it, but I've done it for years and it comes like second nature to me. So I wanted to teach you what I've done, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. What my definition of advocacy is when you buy something, but something you feel you've been treated wrongly or unfairly and want to take it to the next level because you're not getting satisfaction. So I'm going to share with you 3 examples of what I've done. Some have worked, some haven't, some we've come to a compromise. But 3 different types of advocacy. Last year when we were on a cruise, we paid for a service that the way I read the information and I was led to believe meant one thing, but it actually was something different in the eyes of the cruise line. I discussed it on board with customer service and they saw my point but said it didn't work the way I expected it to work, and I had explained to them if I had understood it the way they were stating, I wouldn't have paid for the service because that wasn't my objective. So I don't know, a week or 2 later I filled out an online survey like you do with hotel stays and things like that, and cruise lines too. And I expressed my concern in the comments. You know, I fully understood their part, explained my part. Probably a month or 2 later I got a phone call from the company. I suggested a rewording of things, but they offered us dinner for 2 on our next cruise. They didn't have to do anything, but I felt like I needed to express it. Another example of advocating for myself is just this year I purchased a couples massage through a website for a company I've never been to but got great ratings. And so when I purchased it, and I purchased through an outside company, it wasn't directly through them, it was one of those deals. When I tried to phone the company, and I made 6 or 8 different attempts to reach the company by phone and was unsuccessful. So I asked the company that I purchased it from, the website deal, to ask them to get involved, saying I really wanted to use it. How do I reach this company? So they got involved and helped me, and neither they nor I could get a return call from the company. And I explained to them that I felt that this wasn't great. I purchased this for a Valentine's Day gift. We're now, must have been mid-March. Still hadn't been able to use it. And they offered me a credit to use on another deal, and I said I wasn't really happy with that. I thought the money should come back to me via a credit on the credit card, since through no fault of my own I wasn't able to redeem it. And through probably a dozen conversations and emails, it worked out and I have a credit back on my credit card. The third one is a bill I received, a medical bill for something that wasn't covered by insurance. And this goes back a couple of years. I got the bill in 14 for a service that I did have the service in 2013, and got the bill 8-9 months after the service, and was shocked to get a bill and called the company to ask what the issue was. They had explained to me that they had a reorganization and let people go and they were doing some back billing, and I explained, well, I could appreciate that. As of the beginning of 14, my health insurance changed, so I did not have that old carrier, I had a new carrier. I didn't have a health savings account anymore to pay for non-covered services, and that if they had let me know in time, I would have been able to handle this, but it was so long. So we actually came to a compromise in the middle, and I paid them 50% of the bill and they wrote off 50%. But just me calling. So you see in these 3 examples, it's easy to advocate for yourself. You need to have proper documentation, what you did, when you did it. So for like when I tried to reach out to the massage company, I had the dates and times I attempted to make the calls. Keeping, if you're doing web chat, live chats with merchants, getting a transcript of that. If it's a recorded call with a company, asking for the reference number. All these will help you plead your case and advocate for yourself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes you settle in the middle, but you're going to pick and choose your battles and do this, but it's something that's a valuable skill to learn, and I hope this helps you do it more often when you find a need for it. Until next time, this is Jill Russo Foster.